Hey, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Philip Santillan, and I am a local church pastor here in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This YouTube channel has been a conglomeration of a lot of different things over the years, and I actually have no really intentions of kind of doing anything outside of just sharing family stuff. But recently, I've been getting together with a lot of pastor friends of mine who pastor churches that are a lot like our church here locally, which, by the way, statistically speaking, is most churches in the world. What do I mean by that? Well, it's the kind of churches that most people would call small. Now, why am I making this video? Well, I think at least this might be the first, this also might be the last attempt to kind of create a video to encourage the community of people who either work on staff at a church, who pastor a church, or are part of a church that by American standards is a small, at least popular American standards, is a small church. And those are churches under the size of like 100, right? The average church in the United States, I think they said now is 65 or something like that. I don't know. You'll have to fact check me. Someone will fact check me in the comments. Anyways, this is not about spitting out facts. This is about encouragement. And I'm just really wanting to pay it forward. A friend of mine who actually doesn't pastor a small church handed me this book, Carl Bader's Grasshopper Myth. And today I just want to talk about one aspect that has really helped me, I think, in the immediacy as I finished reading this book, but has really helped encourage me. And if you're a small church pastor, and really, I don't even know what we call it small church, because if that's the average size of a church, then you're just a church, and then everyone else is just a bigger church. But anyways, one of the things that I was really encouraged by is this idea that is in this chapter called "Only in a Small Church." And I know those of you who are part of churches that are bigger are going to be like, "Well, we have that at my church." But okay, calm down. I'm not saying that large churches don't have these opportunities. But here's what I'm saying, that at small churches or regular churches, this is something that happens. And here's what he wrote. He said, as a pastor, it's a powerful privilege to preach to faces you know. Because I pastor a small church, I don't preach to a crowd, I preach to individuals. Now, I'll tell you why this has been groundbreaking for me. I know, and I've read all the books on communicating for change, all that kind of stuff, and about communicating for the people who aren't there. And I do that somewhat in my messages. But there is something powerful about when you're preparing a message and you're preaching to people that you know. And I think there's been a subtle shift in just even these last few weeks since I've read this book that has really helped me at least connect not only with the passage of scripture that we happen to be in, or the topic, as we are in a kind of a topical series right now, but it actually helps me connect emotionally into the people who I'm speaking to. And I don't know, you have to ask the people who consider Clarity their home church and who have given me the honor of being their pastor. But I think it's making a difference. And I just want to encourage you, if you're a pastor of a small church, do not forget the wonderful joy and opportunity and honor it is to not only speak life into the people that you pastor, that you lead, that God has given you the opportunity to be a shepherd over. It's a wonderful joy to know that you're speaking into lives of people that you know. Like when you're working through your message, you don't have to think of generic person X and generic person Y. You can literally go, oh, I'm thinking of, and this is no one in our congregation, I'm just using generic names, but like I'm thinking of Sarah, and go ahead and put that in your message. I'm thinking of Jim, and how this and go ahead and preach that in your message. Because at the end of the day, that is who you have been called to preach to. So go and do that. Now, who am I to give preaching advice? I'm probably not. No, excuse me. I'm still getting over being sick this past weekend. Which by the way, is the joy of being a pastor of a small church. You will be preaching even if you have a fever, um, the night before and the day of. So, anyways, it's one of the joys. One of the things we get to pat ourselves on the shoulder about. But anywho, I hope this is I don't even know where this is going. Um, no edits, no cut edits. Just thought I'd throw this out there to you today. Uh, if you are a small church pastor and you need to be encouraged by this, I want you to know that I'm praying for you, hoping for you, and maybe we could build some little kind of community around here. I don't know. But anyways, I pray that God would continue to see gospel transformation go with you and your church everywhere you go, every day you live, to everyone you meet. God bless.